Hello there, I'm Mike Raymond. Welcome to Sydney's fabulous Eastern Creek Raceway at round 6 of the Shell Australian Touring Car Championship. Well, Fords have held sway for the previous 5 rounds of the championship, but Alan Moffat, I'm sure you will agree the Holdens look a little better here today because of a new aero package.
Yes, they certainly do, Mike. It's something the Holden drivers have been screaming for all year. A tough decision for Cairns, but they've allowed them an aerodynamic package, something on the rear, a new wing on the rear, which is almost a copy of the Ford wing, as a matter of fact, as long as it sits between those 2 pylons that were originally homologated. Fellows there from the Castrol team just adjusting the stay in the middle. Here's the Holden racing team and the new lip on the front of the car.
Well, Larry Perkins and all of the Holden people are delighted. Glenn Seaton doesn't look that wrapped in it. But, of course, yesterday, the top 6, Glenn Seaton was fast man, 5/100ths quicker than John Bowe, then Thomas Mazera. Peter Brock, 4th fastest, Mark Scaife 5th, and 6th Wayne Gardner in the Telecom Mobile Net Commodore. It wasn't the happiest days for Thomas Mazera, as you can see. The end of the front straight, flat strap, brakes on, but there's nothing there. And Thomas out towards the drag strip, concrete walls, tyres, just about everything. Managed to save it. Rode off a set of tyres, and that affected him this morning. The draw for the Peter Jackson Dash, John Bowe, fast time, and down to Andy Raymond.
And from position number 2, it's JB, ends up on pole position.
Amazing. My luck's changed.
The luck here at Eastern Creek with the Commodores right on your tail. Well, the Peter Jackson draw is just so much more important.
Well, it is, yeah. It's obviously it's nice. It's the first time I've had one this year, so I hope I can capitalise on it, but at least it's a step in the right direction, isn't it?
Thanks, Andy, and why wouldn't John Bowe be happy? Second fast qualifier yesterday moves to pole. Let's have a look at the amended starting lineup for the Peter Jackson Dash, Bowe and the Shell Falcon EV off pole. Jim Richards, the Winfield Commodore, alongside. Row number 2, Mark Scaife, the second of the Winfield Commodores, out of position 3. And Peter Brock, the Mobile 1 Commodore, starts out of 4. From 5/16, Wayne Gardner, the Telecom Mobile Net Commodore. And rounding out the 6th, the man without any luck in the draw, car number 30, Glenn Seaton, the Peter Jackson Falcon EB. Getting ready, green is out, and Bowe and Jimmy Richards head down the front straight past the grandstand into the left-hander. Bowe makes it. The Winfield car, 2nd and 3rd, and Brocky poking the nose of the Mobile Commodore down on the inside of Mark Scaife. As you can see, Glenn Seaton has already made up one spot as he has passed Wayne Gardner. There goes Gardner to the outside. He'll pay the penalty for that, or will he, as Seaton closes it up? But Bowe in front.
Well, we saw Richards just thinking twice about darting under on the first corner, but Bowe managed the first corner and here leading the field.
Hasn't Jimmy Richards done well out of this deal? He wasn't even in the dash yesterday afternoon, but Thomas Mazera flat spotted his tyres. He's been pushed out of the dash. Jim draw 2, and now he's 2nd position in the dash. He's done very well on Sunday morning.
Seaton, I don't think, would be very happy about giving him a start in the 2 championship heats today. Let's see if Seaton has anything left in reserve as he unwinds the big Falcon, moves into the draft of Peter Brock. Can he pass him before the left-hander? No, he can't. Brock's car running very strongly as they cut it down into turn number 1.
Well, we're seeing already the benefit of this new aerodynamic package for the Commodores. Seaton only 1/10 of a second faster than the fastest Commodore yesterday, which was Thomas Mazera. The field really closing up in the front. The Ford-Colt battle really on Eastern Creek for the first time. Oh, Gardner gets way out of shape there.
Well, that's the 2nd time through that corner he's had difficulties. He won't want to do that too many times in the race.
Downhill again, Bowe still leading it. Jimmy Richards in 2nd, Peter Brock 3rd in the Mobile 05 Holden Commodore, and Glenn Seaton looking for an inside pass, and maybe affects it. Yes, he does.
Winfield team up their best position this year.
Jimmy Richards made a great start to the race, and Mark Scaife has moved to the 2nd spot now. Glenn Seaton runs in 3rd, Brock is 4th, Jim Richards is next, and Wayne Gardner closing all over the tail of Richards' number 2 car. And Gardner may be paying the penalty. Tyres not all that warm. It's a cool day here in Sydney. We're coming down to take the flag now with 1 lap to go. We'll see whether Mark Scaife has anything left in reserve to try and tackle John Bowe. There's the gap. Not too much in it. They take the white. 1 to go.
Well, I think you were right about John Bowe being fired up, Mark. He's definitely holding a lead here that he's not taking any chances about relinquishing.
Well, he certainly seems to do well at Eastern Creek. We saw last year in the Sierra, its final year. He got pole position. He ran very strongly against Longhurst in the GTRs. And once again this year he did a bonsai lap in qualifying. He's not too sure about the consistency of the Falcon in race trim, but these 3 laps are a pretty good indication.
Well, they haven't let them down too badly this year.
The man who has made up a lot of ground, Glenn Seaton, in this final lap of Eastern Creek and the Peter Jackson Dash, the 6th round of the series. You'll notice on our next shot just how close Glenn Seaton gets to the tail of Mark Scaife of the Winfield Commodore as JB brings the Shell Falcon up into the final turn, and here is Seaton trying to catch the draft ride here.
If he pulls another move like he did earlier, he's quite capable. There's enough distance between here and the flag.
Well, he's shown no lack of bravery in these first 2.5 laps. And there are a couple of points here where I guess, Alan, he may be able to squeeze the big Falcon on the inside of Mark Scaife.
I'm thinking about this left-hander up here on the approach to the main straight. He might try and duck in there. Scaife not giving him too much room. And neither should he.
Well, they come up to the left-hander.
He'll have to be closer to get into the draft and hope for a slingshot down the main straight.
John Bower, meantime, comes out of the last turn. A Falcon's going to win round 6 of the Peter Jackson Dash, and here's JB. He'll make it, and Glenn Seaton just won't be able to park Mark Scaife. It is close at the finish, but Scaife will pick up the second, and that puts Glenn Seaton back to third and Peter Brock into fourth. Great driving from John Bower. Let's go down to Andy Raymond.
John, you haven't won a Peter Jackson Dash for cash. That's certainly a nice way to do it here at Eastern Creek, where the Commodores are so competitive.
Yeah, it is. It's about time my luck changed, and I hope it's going to continue for the rest of the day.
Glenn made his way through the field, so obviously the Peter Jackson Fords have got a bit in reserve.
Well, I think he's got a bit of pace on everybody in the field, really, so it's a matter of, hanging in there in the race and trying to drive cleanly and not make any mistakes. I think that's the secret to it all.